Hey, good morning, America and the whole world, and welcome to NFL Gameline. I'm your host for this week. I'm Larry Abels, and joining me are two regular panelists, Earl Go-Go Rush. How you doing, Earl?
Doing great, Larry.
And also Neil Abels. How are you, Neil?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
For everybody's viewing and listening pleasure, I have my two gorgeous nieces, Sharice and Lauren Lassiter. How you doing, ladies?
Great. We're great. How are you all?
All right, we appreciate you guys taking time to join us for this day of picks. So, without further ado, we only have two games this week, so we can chat a little bit about both of them. So let's start off with, first of all, and we got hey Phyllis, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Hey Phyllis.
So we can start off with how we did last week before we get going. Last week, Earl and Neil both went 2-2. I had a miserable 1-3. So now you can see what our records are for the playoffs, And as the sports doctor likes to say, I'm fine during the regular season, but, he only cares about the playoffs because that's what true champions are crowned. Sports doctors are here right now. And it's kind of hard when there's only 3 games left to pick, but we'll see how things go. Speaking of picking, so the first game we're going to talk about is Buffalo and Kansas City. And Neil, I'm going to start with you. What are your views on that game? Don't give us the pick yet, but how do you look at these two teams?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think the quarterback's going to put a show. They both going to want to win, and I think it's just going to see who defense can slow the other offense down. But, I think it's going to be a show between the quarterbacks.
And I guess you can tell us who you think is going to win. Who's going to win?
I'm picking Kansas City because it's always hard to go against Mahomes, as what the sports doctor always says. I'm picking Kansas City, the home team as well.
Sports doctor, what do you think about this game?
I don't think much. I don't think it's going to be as close as people think it is. As Neil said, how you gonna go against Patrick Mahomes? I think Kansas City will win by 10.
By 10?
Yes.
So this earlier game this year when they played doesn't mean anything to you when Buffalo beat them? You don't think Buffalo can duplicate their feat?
Well, I'm not one who really dwells on the past. I'm one who talks about what's happening right now and what's going to happen in the future. And the next game, when they play tomorrow, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Lauren Lassiter, what do you think about this?
This is going to be an exciting game. I remember watching the game where they played and the Bills just knew they had it. And Kansas City came back in like 13 seconds to take it to overtime and to win. So I feel like ever since that game, the Buffalo Bills can't win when it counts. And they've beaten them last season during the regular season, lost in the playoffs. And I'm hoping that they reciprocate that same tactic this year. They beat them in the season, but I hope Kansas City can pull it out in the end. And I'll never bet against Kansas City, so going with them.
Wow. Sharice, do you have a difference of opinion, or what is your opinion on this?
I agree with all 3 of these intelligent panelists that have spoken thus far. I'm going to go ahead and stay with Kansas City, so I can also make a very intelligent decision. I love Kansas City. I think they're a great team. Patrick Mahomes is outstanding. I feel like he shows up when it counts. I'm also a Travis Kelce fan. I have liked them since before other fans joined being fans of the team. So
she's being honest.
Yeah,
she's being very honest. I can attest to that.
So I think they'll do a great job. I think they'll close it out, and I think they'll win. Sorry to the Bills. They'll probably not be in the Super Bowl.
That's interesting. I kind of hope the Bills win this game. I'm not I would say Kansas City hasn't impressed me, but they've figured out ways to win most of their games, even though they don't look as dominant as they have in the past. I think there's a chance for upset. So I'm going to go with Buffalo. Okay?
Right.
Going against everybody. Let's see. I think Phyllis is chiming in. She likes the Chiefs. Yeah. Okay. I'm going against the world here. Okay. Now, let's talk about the other game we have on the schedule. All of us are from the DMV. So, Earl, who do you think, Washington and Philadelphia, who's going to win that game?
Commanders will win the game.
Commanders will win the game.
Yeah.
You know, you've been kind of with the Commanders all year this year. This is
Let's clear things up.
We're going with Jaden Daniels.
I'm with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
The Commanders are perennial garbage, and they're still garbage. Their defense is horrible. I can't go for a team like that. They all just come together. So I guess I'm going with the Commanders, but because of Jaden Daniels. That's all.
I mean, it's of course there's going to be a reason. I guess the reason you're going with the Chiefs is because of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I go with winners. That's what I go with.
Smart.
Neil, who's going to win this game?
I'm picking the Eagles. I want the Commanders to win, but you know, I look at home teams and the strengths. I think they pretty much even teams. The Eagles might have a better defense than the Commanders, but yeah, I tend to pick the home teams when it's this situation. But let's go Commanders.
Sharice, who do you like in this game?
Definitely the Commanders. I feel like Jaden Daniels, there's something special about him. I feel like he plays with poise and confidence. And personally, I know who he always thanks after every single victory. So that also I feel like he has on his side. I would say I like Jalen Hurts too, but not in this game. So Jaden Daniels.
You know, how do you feel about Barkley? I mean, you don't think the Eagles have a lot of good players?
I declined to comment because I commented about Saquon Barkley. This is not the forum. I thought I liked him too, and then I was like, just kidding. So I thought he was a good player, and then I got some intel from some experts.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh no,
inside information.
Yeah, he's a good player, but from a sports standpoint, I have no objections to him from that standpoint. I mean, I shouldn't hate on him outside of sports too, but
you have your opinion.
Yes. I mean, yeah. Like up until last week, I was like, oh, Saquon Barkley, and then my siblings filled me in, and I was like, oh, okay. So nothing bad. I just stay with Jaden Daniels.
Lauren, who do you like in this game?
I like the Commanders.
Okay.
I think the Eagles are a fantastic team. They are trying to get back to the Super Bowl so they can redeem themselves. But I just can't verbally say that I'm not going to root for the Commanders because I don't want to put it out there that I think that anybody else can beat them. Because honestly, last week I was like, oh, this is really cute. The family's really rallying together. Everyone's excited. They're rooting for the Commanders, but the Lions are going to beat them. I didn't see last week going the way it did. So if they can take out the #1 seed, why can't they take out the Eagles again? Because they did take them out earlier this season. So I'm going with the Commanders.
Okay. Well, I was pretty sure everybody was going to root for them, but
yeah.
So you think the Commanders will win?
I think that they can. I honestly feel like they can pull it out.
Okay.
I might have a heart attack in the process watching it, but I think that they can do it.
I think they're going to go in with like so much confidence and just like we're here, nobody, just kind of like the same thing they went into the Lions game with. I feel like they're going to go into this game with that, like we're one game away from the Super Bowl.
I just don't want them to get cocky. I feel like they went into the Lions game not really expecting much of it. Like, oh, this is great. This is an experience. We're doing so much with Jaden's first year. And they took that game from them and made the Lions look like they weren't the #1 seed. So if they go in with that same type of mentality, they can do it.
Yeah. Not
so you don't think they went? You thought they went in sort of like you didn't think they went in there thinking they could win that game, Lauren?
I don't think they didn't think that they could win because they're honestly at the point in their season where anything is possible. But I don't know if they just went in knowing confidently like we got this. Like this isn't going to be difficult for us.
I think so.
Like remember when we played Dallas earlier in the season?
Don't talk about that.
And we all thought, oh, look at Dallas's record. So I'm assuming people thought like we can do this and then got cooked.
Yeah.
So I don't think they went in thinking, oh, we're going to beat the brakes off the Lions. I think they went in thinking, okay, we can play like we've been playing in
one play at a time, one down at a time.
Yeah.
We can do this. So
so it's like a confidence of we can do this. We're going to give it our all, not arrogance though. So I feel like they're going to go in with poise like Jaden Daniels always does.
Agreed.
Very calm.
Mindful.
Very mindful. Very demure. We can do this.
That's right.
We got this.
Neil, you was about to comment on something Lauren said, I think. Or Sharice was saying.
Just that I was listening to the part that maybe they didn't think that they were going. I think they knew they were going to win. I think just on an athlete and that aspect, you don't go in there thinking you're going to lose. It's like, we about to go beat these dudes. You know, and then when you have an opportunity to beat the brakes off of them, you continue to try to beat the brakes off of them.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I just think every game you go into was like, we about, even if you own something, you got to go in and we gonna beat these dudes until the other team show that you really are owing something. So
Earl, how do you think Washington's confidence would be going into Philadelphia?
Oh, I think they have confidence. I think they can beat Philly. But a reason why I'm picking Washington over Philadelphia, yes, it's because of Jaden Daniels' play. But I think the fact that their quarterback is hurt, that's what's giving the rest of Philly a chance.
It's true.
Philly's quarterback.
I agree.
If he was healthy, even with Jaden Daniels out, I'd have to go to Philly because at least Philly has a defense. The rest have no defense. The rest of the defense is horrible. It's just horrible. You can't win like that.
Well, you know, think about this though. Washington turned the ball over 5 times against Philadelphia and still beat them. And they're great defense.
Hurts didn't play that game. He didn't play the majority of the game. You had some sorry Pickett guy playing. The quarterback.
I don't think their problem was offense. They put up 33 points.
Larry.
They turned the ball over 5 times and put up 36 points on Philadelphia. I'm not sure Philadelphia's defense can stop them.
Larry, if Hurts had played that whole game, more than likely, no matter what turnover or whatever, more than likely, we can't say for sure, Philly would have won that game. As soon as Hurts went out of the game,
I guess the way I look at it, Philadelphia had no problem scoring. All right, just like you said,
they put up 30-something points.
Yeah, and Barkley dropped a pass, and Smith dropped a pass. I don't think the quarterback could have thrown the ball any better. Hurts would have thrown the ball any better.
But they didn't win.
No. But
He didn't do enough for them to win. Hurts would have done enough to win.
I think Philadelphia's defense could not stop Washington that day. And if they play again like that without 5 turnovers, who knows how many points Washington would have put up?
That's true.
Yeah.
Who knows how many points Philly would have put up if Hurts hadn't gone out the game?
But I was looking at the Lions. How many turnovers they did, and they put up 31 points.
The Lions had a bunch of turnovers. Yeah.
But what does the sports doctor tell you? I told you, eventually, Detroit's injuries were going to come back on them, and I said it's just going to happen to beat this game. That game, that's what it was. Detroit couldn't do anything against the Commanders. They got a lot of injuries, man. That stuff going to catch up with you. I just got lucky and guessed it was going to catch up on that game against them. That's all.
And they had a bunch of turnovers too, which kind of helped Washington.
Yeah,
Philly, I just can't get over them. When you give somebody 5 turnovers, they're supposed to win that game. Uh-oh. That's my son tuning in.
Hey, Malik.
What's up, Malik?
It's a family affair.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Able Show.
Oh, and he's not even a Commanders fan.
No,
he's
not.
on the bandwagon. He's on the bandwagon.
He likes the Giants, right?
Yeah. I didn't raise him right. It's my fault.
No, he said the games messed them up. Going there and watching them lose,
I can
understand.
I realize there are a lot of young Commander fans who have never even, they don't know anything about the Redskins in the 90s and the 80s winning. So they've never even experienced this team.
Lion Teresa kind of like that.
I think they won the year you were born or the year I was born.
I think they won the year I was born.
Oh,
And it might have been their last year.
Yeah. I got a Sports Illustrated with Doug Williams on it, and I was showing Malik just yesterday. The date says February 8th, 1988.
wow.
Who's gonna say what a great day? Here we go, Larry.
That was a week after the Super Bowl. And that was the day Lauren was born. So I said, so Lauren wasn't here.
That was your favorite day that you can remember from history?
And that was my senior year in high school. That's funny.
Wow. What a great day, I must say. What a day.
Yeah, thank you.
I was about to say Uncle Larry knows exactly what he just did.
He just confirmed live on the air.
Is that behind you? The magazine behind you?
The Doug Williams one, yeah. I have the actual magazine. This is a picture of it. You can't see the date on here, I don't think.
Wow.
Yeah, but I have an actual picture. I have the actual magazine in a plastic covering, trying to preserve it. So I pulled it out and showed Malik. We actually looked at the story in there. Then I said, "Look at the date of this." I said, "Lauren hadn't even seen this."
I'm gonna get one and put it right next to my birth certificate.
He's never gonna let me hear the end.
Nope.
Oh, boy. All right.
Well, look, I guess that's all we got today. Unless anybody has any final comments. Lauren and Sharice, you guys have anything you want to say to get the local fans in the DMV excited for the game tomorrow?
Let's all stick together. These are trying times in DC right now and all over the world. And if the Commanders having the surge can bring us some joy and happiness and peace, let's do it. Let's come together as Commanders. We need this win. We need this win so bad.
Hey, you're right. That would be good for the city.
Exactly.
Yes.
The best thing.
Yes.
The only thing good for the city.
Literally.
Well said, Mr. Earl.
Wow.
Okay, well, I want to thank our special guest, Lauren and Sharice. It's always a pleasure to see you two.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
And of course, some of our regular panelists, Neil and Earl. So just to recap, I'm the only one who thinks Buffalo's going to win this game. Neil's the only one that thinks Philadelphia's going to win this game. So we'll see how this turns out.
Yeah.
So Phyllis and Malik, thanks a lot for joining in. Thanks a lot, Phyllis, for this compliment right here.
Thank you.
And we'll see everyone next week at 11 o'clock. Or no, maybe 2 weeks from now, because there's no games next week.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So 2 weeks from now, we'll be ready for our Super Bowl preview.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
All right.
Hey.